He's got a couple necklaces on. One's red, one's black, and it sounds like they were kind of represent some family stuff for him. And unfortunately, the red is not approved here in the facility. And also, they're not breakaway. They're kind of a knit necklace. So we're just asking him to remove those, and he's not wanting to do that. So we're trying to find a compromise.
Okay, so I don't mean to be rude or anything, sir, but can you bear with me when I say this? I know that you're calling, and I'm taking it that that he's not wanting to take off the necklaces or cooperate with the rules, I guess. That being said, I'm frustrated within myself, knowing that for one, it's been about 3 weeks now since that should have been a topic and an issue the day that I had a visit. I am somebody that used to reside in McLaren, and I used to be somebody and I am probably the one and only person that refused to even blue slip from there, and I am the one person that will stand up and tell anybody, even I've told my kids their whole life, McLaren was the best thing that ever happened to me. In regards to what I'm experiencing nowadays with what McLaren is, it's nothing at all what it used to be. And it's concerning, for one, how is kids going to reform? Two, how is there safety involved, or the actual safety for staff and for kids when I hear what I hear? I don't know how bad it is in there in regards to certain things, but at the same aspect, there's going to be a point in time where there has to be the reform. Now, whether or not it's your guys' fault or it's anybody's fault or it's just the way that the system is these days, you have to deal with what the system gave you. That being said, he's not a Measure 11. He's not like, and he's stuck in this 1008, whatever it is, I don't know. But either way, he's stuck there, and he's stuck wherever else you guys want to send him as a juvenile part, as an adult. I am not okay with the fact of hearing what I hear in regards to the way that things go. I understand that he struggles with certain things that can come off as defiant, but yet at the same time, it could also be a big mental health issue that is going untreated and undiagnosed because of whatever reason. That being said, and I know that right now I'm being very stern about because I'm adamant about where, and I feel what I'm saying is correct. In regards to sending kids to the hole or ICU or whatever it's called now, I don't know, but it even seems that like when kids go to the hole, or they don't even have the repercussions or even the re-guidance that they need to recorrect their behavior. Now, in regards to what your pod is and what your cottage is and what it actually, I don't have no clue what your guys' is, emphasis of your cottage. They had special needs, they had sex offender cottage, all that. I don't know what it is. But in regards to the cottage that he was at before they sent to you, they should have addressed what we're addressing now the day of the visit. I actually was disturbed. I was disturbed, and I'm going to be straight up with you. I was disturbed, and I'm still kind of concerned on why it is that my son is able to set up a visit and me go through everything with a visit. And I call the administrative office, ask for a visit. They don't really know how to set up visits or nothing. They transfer me to a voicemail. Still, today, have not heard nothing back. I go down there for a visit. The lady in front of me, she says, "Oh, have you filled out the paperwork?" "No." "Have you got an email?" "No." "You haven't got a confirmation?" "No." Okay, well, that being said, my son asked for rosaries, okay? I told him straight up, I said, "Are you able to have them?" I told him I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to try to, sneak nothing into you or whatever. Everything has been based off of what my son has told me. That being said, I was never cleared for, juvenile, or before his sentencing or whatever, through Stacy, I was cleared. I've been cleared. And it's not like I'm trying to say that I'm not, but what I'm saying is that for another facility has the duty and the obligation to make sure that their facility, first off, is safe, second, to the children are safe, and then third, the staff. Or the other way around. I don't know how you want to rank them. But that being said, when I went into the visit, I handed him those rosaries. There was staff right there sitting there watching us. I also noticed when I walked into the visit room, there was signs that said, no food and drinks brought back to whatever. If you bring them, buy them, they need to go back with the person visiting or whatever. He had an unopened soda. He had an unopened chips. And I said, "You want me to take them with me?" He said, "No, I'm going to." Well, he got to bring them back. So in regards to somebody that has a one, obstinate defiance behavior on top of what's, I would believe, very strongly believe, and if he's hearing this, he's going to get upset, so I'm telling you right now, you may not want to hear it, but the autism is a real thing. ASD is something that has a very, very, very wide spectrum of things. His stance right now with you probably taking off the necklace is not about really the cross. It's not really about the fact of what it represents. It is in a way, but it's more fully about having consistency, having the persistency and structure. And once he has that, then he's going to be able to understand that he can't make a staff member bend and make a staff member let him do something that he wants to do, because he knows that he's going to be able to make that happen. So in his head right now, he's probably confused on why it is that he was just at this cottage, it's the intake cottage, and they, you know, and then now he's going to this cottage, and then now all the rules are changing or whatever, and he's probably overwhelmed with the change, on top of the fact of that one thing that's been consistent for him, those necklaces on him, that he's wanting to stand up for something that he believes in. It's not really truly the fact of it. So I don't know how you want to handle it. I mean, I can't say or tell you how to handle it, and there's nothing I can do over the damn phone to make him take him off or whatever, because he is in the mindset, and I'm gonna be straight up with you, he's in the mindset where, like, right now, and I've been battling with this with him for the last 4 conversations we've had. There's things that are going on with his sister and things that are going on that he expresses his feelings. I do my best to be able to try to redirect him in a positive way and let him know that that should not be a option of thinking. That should not be a way of dealing with things. His crime that he is in there for is a very intense fucking crime, and I'm not okay with it still, and I still haven't even been able to even process, and I'm sorry for cussing, process that with him.
No, you're good.
In regards to the damage and the destruction that it causes, not just for himself with him being in there, because him being in there really isn't a big thing, you know. And on top of that, to know that there was many people that were involved with shit that should have been charged, that were adults with this, that did not get charged, that also raises the level of I don't know how to say the right word, that raises the level of importancy or dedication to a make-believe house bullshit play that people want to do, and gangs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on in McLaren. I don't, and half the time I've struggled with my sons is that I don't know if he's telling me the truth half the time, and when I mean that, it's because of some of the stories that he says. It's really out there that you don't want to think that it's true, but yet sitting here hearing the stuff that goes on, and sitting there, and it's like, okay, Cannon, where are the staff? They're right here. So you're telling me the staff right here are letting you do this, and they're not? Yeah. Okay, so then you get in the point where, okay, McLaren isn't what I thought it was. It's nothing like how it used to be. There's all this stuff that's changed, and it's a different type of world. But yet here you are taking, you know, young or older kids, teens, and young adults, putting them in a facility that has no structure whatsoever, worse than a prison, and you're having the ability to have prison mentality ran facility inside of it, where I don't even know if the staff knows it, but it's not my place to snitch on people and ruin my relationship with my son because of the fact that staff don't want to make sure that their facility is safe, or make sure that the things that are going on in the facility are safe. Now, there's going to be other things that may take place in that intake cottage that's not taking place in your cottage that he is going to end up being disruptive. But I'm going to tell you this, sir, that he needs to be. You need to keep an eye on him. And what I mean by that, I'm for real. He's dedicated, and I'm not okay with the fact of, like, he's. I don't know if you know what set hopping is or not, but
What is it? I'm sorry.
Set hopping.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so that being he started out as a Norte, a blood. He went to a crypt. He fucking killed that, and then now he's back to he's becoming a blood again. He's wanting to go to certain facilities to take, like, you don't understand the mentality that he told me straight up, Dad, you told me when you start something you finish it. Son, that's not what I meant. But I bite my own words. So I don't know and I'm sorry for if I come across rude or whatever, but you got your hands full. And he's a mini-me, and I really truly mean that. He's exactly how I was when I was a teen, with a little bit more intensified of the inability to have compassion for certain things. Now, I mean, I can have a talk with him and tell him to take the cross off, that he needs to adjust, but yet at the same time, that's going to do nothing but show him that you, as a manager of that facility, that he's got control over you and that he's taking control of you. That's the reality of it.
Right.
Because now you're already on the phone with his dad, and what? Now he knows that if he gets in trouble or whatever, that manager's going to jump on the phone with dad, and dad's going to have the ultimate say or whatever, which is going to, and that's not okay. That's not.
Right. No, that was my purpose of this phone call, so it was really more about